Alright, I'm live now. Yeah, right. Alright, today, I think I'm streaming now. Yeah, I am live. Hello, Randomscapes. How are you doing? Today we're gonna watch the eliminations of this tournament, and I picked this tournament because it is, California. Well, this says middle school, but it's just the school. It is high school only, but this is a California tournament, and California is probably somewhere near like second or third most competitive state in VEX, so it is going to be a fun one for sure. In Indiana is actually the most competitive state, which I am in, and I'll be participating in my first pushback tournament Saturday, and I'll break down those games. I'll stream that and break down those games next Saturday. It's going to be such a fun one. There is so many good teams in that tournament. I'm excited playing it. I'm excited to break it down and stream it. But today we have a pretty good one here in California. So I'm only going to watch the elimination matches today. Just the not the round of 16s, quarterfinals, semifinals, and the finals. If you want me to, if you request me to watch like a round of 16 match or a different match, I would be willing to do that. Here we go. First quarter final. Oh, way too far. Come on, load. Okay. I guess we won't watch autonomous, but whoa, what is this bot? That's a pretty interesting design. It looks like it's a pretty interesting C bot. Huh, I'm excited to see how this one performs, but, oh, we got a basketball with a D-score hood, which those are not common, so I do want to see that. Good autonomous from red team. They are in the better position. They do have better positioning right now, so that's nice. And some nice scores from red team. They're just going to stay there and defend. They don't want to waste the time grabbing the match loader, which is understandably. I'd probably do the same exact thing because these guys are match loading. They want to score. You have a control bonus, just defend, see how time plays out. Now this bot, this interestingly designed C bot is going to come over here and defend this bot here. And that's probably because when I'm looking at this bot, I don't think there is any match loader. So I don't think this bot can really match load, so it can't partake in the match loading race, and that's something that you need to figure out before your actual matches, because like you need to know if a team has a match loader or not. Most of the time, yes, they will have a match loader, but sometimes I don't know, they just won't for some reason. And if they don't, that means they're going to be on high defense at the very start of the match, which is exactly what we see here. But this does put bad pressure on red team. However, it does give red a lot of space to do what it wants, and it looks like it is match loaded up and ready for a goal. So yeah, red's just gonna come over here and defend the basketball because there's nothing to do over here. So good job on red team. The C bot's just gonna defend over here now. Like the C bot is in high defense mode this entire game until it decides to pick up blocks, which it might not even pick up an entire block this entire match just because of how much stuff goes wrong in pushback, like along in pushback. It just might not even have the time to, and that's match loading is such an important thing, which this bot doesn't have. So that kind of is, it might actually just automatically fail this blue team. But we have a pretty good basket filled up here, so this bot's going to come over here and defend, which is pretty nice. It doesn't find the angle, and red is in such a great position. This bot can just be on high defense mode, this basket, the entire time, and have this bot, it could either defend, because 2 defendings, no scores, wasting time, that's what red needs, or it could try and score some more, which it possibly might. This bot might be able to just ignore this guy and just score a bunch, because I don't know if this has a D-score hood. It looks like it's a raising C bot, an interesting one as if. And yeah, these guys are just gonna trap. This bot really needs to move, because right now, with these guys both trapped, red is benefiting, because they're in such a great position. So blue needs to leave. It's not going to do that. Okay, now it's going to do that. Red is going to come back. I don't know if it has any blocks. It doesn't. It could match load right now. That's probably what it really needs to do, because I'm pretty sure red should have some match loaders over here, or has some blocks in match loader. And everyone's just going to be a high defense over here. This spot is wasting its time. Look at how much space it has. It could probably go for middle goals. It could match load. It needs to match load. That's what it really needs to do right now. And besides that, if you don't want to match load, which is interesting, this bot could come over here and score. But if you're going to do that, it is kind of risky. It would give you control bonus on the bottom, which is nice, but you really have to pay attention to this spot here, because it is going to be in high defense mode. So just come out a little bit if the spot's gonna come over here and push its pressure back here. You need to go right back to your goal. I don't know if this guy has a D-score hood or not, because if it doesn't have a D-score hood, it could pretty much just run at this long, or just score here and not worry about this bot. Because this basketball's going to have to move over here. It has a D-score hood, but it's going to take some time, especially since it's a basketball. It's going to be scoring slowly. It's going to take its time here. I'll give plenty enough time for red to come back here and use its D-score hood, and all things will be great. This basket is going to score here, which is understandable, and now they are in a interesting situation, because blue leaves, blocks are gone. Red leaves, blocks are gone. It's an interesting situation, so, and all of the blocks are out the basket. So blue is in a horrible spot. Honestly, I don't know. Blue should probably not have scored this goal, because it would just be this awkward situation. Because blue has to leave. Like, it needs to score blocks, because this guy's not scoring anything. So blue needs to leave, and if it can't leave, it's gonna lose. It's gonna waste a lot more time on this basket here. And this spot's actually gonna try and yeah, this spot does not have a D-score hood. So basically, this guy here can totally ignore this spot. Hasn't picked up a single block, and that's just because it's been on high defense mode. It can't match load. So many things wrong here. So this bot can literally ignore this blue one. Maybe grab some red here, but it's pretty chillin'. I'm not really sure what it's doing right now. This guy has its D-score open. This guy has his D-score open. Trying to make a move. Oh, and nice. The red is gonna come over here. That's actually a really great play by red. It's gonna push its positioning over here. Knock this spot back, and then you can use your D-score hook. It's nice stuff there. And now this red bot can just be on good defense, and the blue's gone. So blue needs to get a lot of blocks, and if I were blue, like, come back here and use your D-score hook a little bit. Like, you need to do something. It needs to score. It needs to do something crazy, because your teammate is not going to do it. And honestly, blue just don't have enough time to win this match. They've pretty much already lost. Like, maybe go for D-score here, and then try and go for a double park. Because, I mean, it's gonna try. Oh, but the block is there. Oh, that's bad. That's pretty bad. To get around this block thing here, when you're building a robot, just make your aligner above, like, a block's width. So you can just come over here, and your aligner's not in the way, or your drivetrain's not in the way, or whatever. But it needs to go for a double park. They're gonna get the double park. Blue's gonna get the double park. And red is gonna get the double park. Nice. Nice. It's a pretty good, that's actually a pretty cool mech there. Double park mech, and, yeah. Red played this one really nicely. Yeah, red easily winning this one. They are the first seed too, so they are the, they are expected to win, but pretty good first quarterfinal right there. That was a fun one. Alright. I guess I just won't cover autonomous again, but who has a good autonomous? They're pretty evenly up in their positioning right now. Yeah. Grabbing some match letters. Yeah, new rule. New rule just makes match loading pretty slow, but everything's going well. Wait, where's the other bot? Okay, it's here. It's hard to see. But red just does not have much positioning at all right now. So sad for that. I don't even know. Does this bot have a match loader? It better have. It looks like it does. I don't know why it wasted all of its positioning here, because, like, blue is a great spot. Then, blue can't match load. Now, that's a problem for blue. Like, they have to continue match loading. They have to try until it gets it working. But, yeah, that, it would make sense for red to come over here because they knew this bot could match load. Although, it doesn't make sense for the red bot to go over because it could have just match loaded itself in the score, which I feel like that's probably what it should have done. But interesting theory, I'm not really sure what this bot's doing right now. It's okay, this blue bot finally got its match loading and a full basket, so nice job on that side. Yeah, it's just gonna be in high defense mode, this basket right here. Oh yeah, this bot's also in high defense mode. It's in a pretty bad spot. Crazy drift there, that was pretty fun. Blue is just going to try and score. Like, right, so much stuff is happening right now. Basically, it is 40 seconds left, and red is in a pretty good spot. This guy doesn't have much blocks. Basket has a lot of blocks, so if red keeps one person on basket the entire time, and the other guy just scores, because this guy's not going to score much, he's already proven that. Red's got this in the win. So basically, this guy can defense, this guy can score, and they're going to score in the middle, which they should, instead of the long goal, because the middle control bonus is going to be huge for them. And they do get the bonus there. Maybe pick up a block or two and go on the bottom side for the bottom bonus. Ooh, nice catch at the basket off guard, which I don't know why this basket stopped. It went over because it saw this spot was about to score, but like it only had one block. This spot doesn't really, it's not really scoring really effectively anyway. So this spot should have stayed back with the basket. This guy should have focused on middle goals, and after middle goals, focused on like either defending or scoring the long goals. But either way, red is in a good position, and now blue is in a really bad spot. Although they do have a D-score hook here, and they're probably best bet is to try and score the score hook. And this spot is horrible position. Its hood doesn't de-score, unfortunately, and it needs to score in the middle. It needs to disrupt the bonuses. And at that point, like the blue bot there should have scored at the bottom, so it could at least get bonus with that. But it's just not going to. It's going to score. Oh, there they go. Mistake. They let their eyes off the basket. They stopped defending this basket for 1 second. And it is going to score a bunch and get their bonus at the bottom. But still, even with that, red is still going to win this game. And yeah, that is game. That looks like they actually double parked here, but that's still not. Well, yeah, no, I don't think blue wins this, even with the double park. Oh yeah, they also got some blocks they scored at the bottom too. Guess we could see the outcome of this match when my computer wants to load. Okay, it's not showing the winner, but I'm pretty sure red won that, despite the double park. Oh, blue won that. Oh, okay. That double park really saved them there. Interesting. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out how much did they win by. Maybe like 5 points, 6 points ish, 5 or 6 points. Close, at least. We can go back to qualification 3. Here we go. Okay, qualification 3s. Okay, these bots look pretty good. Red one. Well, actually, it looks like blue one from the scoreboard. Unless it was a mistake. But, it looks like blue one, actually. It couldn't have been by much. But, pretty good autonomous from red. Like, this is pretty top tier autonomous. Nice. Ooh, the score blue block there. But it's okay, because that autonomous was really nice. And, positioning is pretty equal. Maybe red has a little bit of the upper hand because of the match loader already kind of being gone. But, yeah, their positioning right now is pretty equal. Blue might have a little bit of the upper hand, but, cannot let those middle goals go unremembered. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, satisfying index. Wow, those S spots. Ooh, satisfying index for sure. Okay, this bot's actually not going to partake in the match load race as well as this red team here. I don't understand, because like when you start a match, you should go for the match leader. Every team should do that, so it should be a match leading race. Both the teams here goofed up. Don't know why they didn't partake in the match leader race, because you need to get your match leader really early on. But I don't know why they're doing that. Ooh, block out here. That's gonna heavily hurt blue team, and this red team here is actually not even defending good at all, so I don't even know why it came over. It's gonna use their D-score hook. Misses the D-score hook, but I mean, at least catches those. And you have to have eyes on this S-spot here, because it is ready to score. This a few, which is, should either match load or go for middle. This red bot looks like it's gonna go for middle. interesting too, because middle is, it's more better, sorry, it's better to go for middle towards the late game, and that's just because middle goals are so easy to de-score. But sometimes it actually works out really nice because you can get it early on, and so much is happening that the other team forgets. So we'll see what happens with that middle goal. Actually, but this S spot is going to be nice, or not nice, but mistaken. But D score hook does come out, and the D score those blue. So nice D scores there from red. And red does have the upper hand. They could kind of relax a little bit and go in a lot more of a defensive position. Because this basketball doesn't have a D-score hook, it doesn't have a D-score hood, so you don't have to worry about D-scoring with the basket, but you do with the S-spot. So you could possibly have one person guarding the S-spot, and that'd probably be this spot because there's nothing to D-score hook here. And kind of ignoring the basket-ish. Probably needs to happen, but S-spot doesn't have anything in its blocks. It cannot D-score hook here. I mean, I guess it could the middle, but like, you could literally just run in the middle goal and they all fall out. But so this S-spot can really only hook this here, or it can match load. Now, I don't think blue has any match loads left over here. Really bad for blue. It needs to pick up the blocks around the field or something. And red does not want to be too far off positioning, because look, positioning over here. You only have 2 blocks here, so it's not that bad. But again, you do have a D-score hooks, and if they potentially come out, it could tie the bonus. So it's another thing to think of, but it's most likely not going to happen. This basketball's just going to move. Oh wow! But the ignorance of the basketball might cost them. I don't even know why they're double defending the S-spot if it has nothing to hook on to. And they're kind of two-sided. Oh, the basketball actually misses it misses the long goal. No way. Okay. Wow. It doesn't even have all Omni wheels. That was some crazy movement there. And now everyone's trying to scramble. Blue needs to score. But the problem is that blue doesn't have any blocks in possession. This S-spot really needs to try and grab this long goal over here. Basketball and needs to try and score middle right now, because it could probably just ram it in or something. But like, such a horrible position for blue to be in. And red, they can be on super high defense this entire match, and they'll get away with the win. Oh, I'm not sure what the spot's doing. It didn't defend the S spot. It kind of just let the S spot score instead of defend. So I'm not sure what that was about, and it might grab control bonus here. Okay. And with 1 second on the clock, no bot's going to score, and that is going to be the aim for the red team, the second seeded alliance. Really not, they did pretty good this entire match. Not many real complaints. Maybe just the defense on this bot at the end. He actually didn't do really good with defense in the beginning, too. But that will be the Red Alliance moving on, and we can go to our last quarterfinals match. Anytime now. Come on, computer, let's load up. Here we go. I guess we'll see the end of Thomas, but Thomas looks good overall, but whoa, what is this? What? Interesting design. It looks like a bot that's half made, like it's literally half made. I don't even know what in the world this is. I don't even know how it's made it into the quarterfinals, but I guess we'll figure out soon. It's in the 6th seed, so it's not. So it plays pretty well in the qualifiers. I don't know how it made it into quarterfinals. I guess we'll see. But good time is from this spot. Decent time is from red here. Now it doesn't even have a match loader. I mean, maybe this. No, that's not. Wait, is that a match loader here? I don't think it is. No, but yeah, red's in the better position right now. Probably gonna both win the match loader race. Interesting. This bot. I mean, this bot's just gonna be on high defense the entire time. It can't match load at all. So it's just, yeah, it's just gonna make sure this bot doesn't match load. And this bot, it looks like it's having trouble match loading too. It has an interesting match load design. Just gears there. And red is in a great position now. Oh, so much is happening. Whoa. So basically, this bot is in super high defensive mode. So it can't really score anything. Just sad. This thing, Smash Loader's not even working. It's not sad. Lose in such a horrible position. I don't even know. I don't even see them winning this match. Basically, it's up to D scores, and they do have a D score hook on this basket here. This basket doesn't even have much storage. I don't know why they bring the basket up more, but they don't. So it's really interesting to me. And red's gonna be in pretty good position just scoring. Ooh, the D-score hook could D-score here, which it needs to do. And this bot needs to defend, because it can't get D-scored. Oh, wow. Almost there. Really, this bot should probably be defending this guy here, so, this bot could have D-scored more. And it looks like this basket's gonna try and score. It's gonna grab it. It's gonna use its D-score hood. Nice, nice. And with 10 seconds left, red needs to park. And blue is... Wait, can this bot park? It can't park. Oh my gosh. So, I'm genuinely curious to know how this spot made it into the quarterfinals, and how it managed to secure a 6th seat. How? I don't know. I guess it just did a good job defending. That's all I could think of. Surely not scoring too much, especially if it's defending. But those are the quarterfinals all wrapped up. We are here for an interesting semifinals matches. Let's hope that my computer can load up fast so we can watch this. Anytime now? Okay, we're gonna go on rewards. Oh, just let me see this semifinals match, guys. I go too far up? Wait, what's this game for? I don't even know. Okay, they're about to play the semi. Oh wait, the semifinals is here. Whoa, they they didn't show autonomous. They didn't show the first 15 seconds of driver control. That's sad. Anyway, Red is in a pretty good spot right now, and Blue needs to just figure out. The ISD score from Blue, and it's probably gonna rely on its D square hooks a lot. It's gonna defend the red a little bit, which is a pretty smart choice. Although it from Zelda Potato 1, bro. Thanks for all of your videos. I'm new to Vex V5, and this helped me a lot. No problem, Zelda Potato 1. Um, I'm I'm glad I could help someone at least. Yeah, but no problem. There is definitely the new wave of Vex V5 members. Um, definitely helped a lot, especially since I made up the two wide intake meta way back in May, and Pink Shiny Unicorns, Rogan, they all copied us. So maybe we shouldn't have redesigned. I don't know. So we did post that on the video, on a short, I guess, in the video too, maybe. But yeah. We did scrap that bot and we went for an S bot, which is better than the two wide. But it's kind of crazy how we made up meta. Um, how we've done so many videos this year, and yeah, no problem for helping you out, man. Okay, so this. Whoa, he actually grabs the D score there. This bot needed to really just stay firm ground, but it didn't. Um, so it's interesting why it backed up a little bit. Don't worry, we didn't copy anything. No, you're all good. Just don't copy, like, don't whole count, don't, like, copy, just take inspiration, really. Because that's pretty much what Rulgan did and what Pink Shiny Unicorns did with our 2 wide back in May. But, yeah, no. Let's take inspiration. Ooh, okay. It's an this bot's actually an interesting design. I've seen it a couple times. And to be honest, these guys, this type of bot design where it's like, it's two, like, see, it's not, it's just two, like, separate intakes that can raise up and down. I've seen it a little bit. They've never really worked. Although this one doesn't have the raising option, so it's not going to be able to do middle goals, so you need to note that if you're red team. Because that could also tell red they could probably go middle goal early and not worry about it later. But nice D scores from red. And yeah, just blue bot moved right over here. It gave up all of its positioning for red to just come in and D score. Such a blunder from blue. You need to make sure, like, if you're gonna lose space and do something else, make sure your opponents can't take too much advantage over it. Like, make sure it's a net positive for you, basically what I'm saying. And now, instead of D-scoring like that hook, it needs to score a little bit and then use this D-score hook. Which looks like it's not going to. Ooh, this blue bot actually moves over here, so it loses space. D-score hook here, blunder from blue. Actually loses a lot of blocks from red as well. And this is actually kind of close match now. Red needs to, like, they're in an interesting position because blue has control bonus in the middle, the top, and the bottom middle goals. And that is helping blue out so much. So red either needs to get control bonus in this long goal, or it needs to do something about this middle goal, which it's going to be pretty hard to because both bots are defending. They both have D-score hooks. They're both ready to D-score all that. And now, control bonus for blue is going to take hold. So now red is in such a horrible spot. They need to do something. They need to do middle goals. This red bot needs to do middle goals real quick. Oh, nice D-score from red. I think blue give up some more of its positioning right here. Okay, some nice in-game stuff from red so far, and now they need to park. Right now, they need to park now. Come on, guys, you can park. There you go. I don't think this is double park. It's kind of hard to see because all this text here. Well, it looks like red won that. From Zelda Potato again. The one problem I have with D-score hooks are when the basket bots just block the other side, making them useless. I mean, that is definitely a downside to these score hooks, but I mean, I don't see why not have one on your bot. Like, even if it doesn't work, just having one creates so much pressure on the enemy team. Because a lot of the time, when you use your D-score hooks, it's going to be when the opposing side gives up its space, like when you have space to D-score. Because it happens a lot of time, like teams don't even realize, I guess. I don't know, they give up their space and you can D-score hook. D-score hooks also work with, you have these two blocks here, use your D-score hook, push them all the way up to middle goal, and there's your control bonus. I mean, yes, that is a problem with D-score hooks. But it's not too much of a problem, really. The positives heavily outweigh the negatives, so it'd be a useful part of your time to add one to your robot. Yeah, but that one's gonna go up to, I'm pretty sure, the second seeded Alliance Red team wins the semifinals and will go on to the grand finals. Now let's take a look at the second semifinal match. Alright, they're all gearing up. So it looks like autonomous is going well for everyone. Interesting autonomous from this S model, but it looks like it's gonna work. Ooh, it actually doesn't outtake those blocks there, so that's a problem with autonomous. Oh wow, but they still scored some there. So maybe that was meaning that maybe they meant to do that. But yeah, whoa, is that functional? Looks like it. They're kind of even. Okay, no. Red is in the better position. They do have a empty goal here. Do have some blocks getting scored, so red is in the better position. So now it comes down to some match loader mechs now. Ramscapes, what is the most meta bots right now considering all the mechs? Well, I might do another video about like most meta bots because a lot has happened since the last time I did that, but most meta bot right now is the S bot. Still, D-score hook, meta S bot. Such a good bot. Yeah. I mean, two wide intake bots. They have won a lot of signature events, competitions, and whatnot. But I feel like they're being too glorified because it depends how your two wide bot is built, because they can either go from being built really good or really not that great. But I feel like most of the time the C bots might be better than the two wide bots. It kind of depends on how it's built though. Although the teams that have won with their two wide bots, they're teams that have really good game sense, and that basically carries them to the winning. I think Jackson Aerial Robotics built a 2-wide intake bot as well. And they won their tournament when they used it, and it's just basically those teams just have really good game sense. I still think they would have won even if they had a C bot or an S bot. But it might be overrated is what I'm trying to say, but not too much. So good autonomous from red. They are in the better position, although I feel like this match floater doesn't work. I pointed that out right for autonomous, and I just don't feel like it's not going to work that much. So in return, it's going to defend. If you have a match loader that doesn't work too well, you kind of need to match load anyway. But if your match loader doesn't work at all, you have to be on high defense the entire match, and that is just really not good at all. You're gonna lose most of the time if you go that route. So I'm not liking what I'm seeing from the spot here. But at least the spot defends from it grabbing the match loader. And this spot's trying to descore hook, which doesn't make any sense because there's nothing to descore or descore hook with. So very interesting. Yeah, it should have match loaded, and it's gonna match load now. Yeah, score here and stop descoring for red. Nice job. Descore hook comes out. They could use their descore hook now. Yeah, continue match loading is fine. S-Bot has a lot here. It's just, yeah, it's gonna go right to descore hook. Exactly what this S-Bot needs to do. Yeah, so the hood's not really gonna work much, but I mean, at least this bot kind of has to keep trying. But it's actually, well, it's not that useful because it's not powerful enough to descore some of the red blocks. So it kind of just needs to stay there and defend and have its alliance partner hopefully working out well. Now it's an interesting situation. They're both defending this long goal. No one wants to be the first one to leave because that long goal is going to get totally destroyed. Oh, but this one's going to be the first one to leave, so now this bot can use this descore hook, and now it can descore. And there you go. Ah! Oh my goodness! Nah! Whoa, whoa, whoa. This bot descored its own blocks. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh my goodness, this bot. What? This bot descored its own block. Oh, that's funny. Now this guy can use their descore hook, grab control bonus, and it is in a good spot. It's even gonna descore that little lone bot. But that put red in such a terrible position now. Oh wow. Yeah, this bot should have came back and at least defended it here because this bot should have known that this guy was gonna descore hook those blue blocks and it needed to defend so it doesn't all fall out. But the blue robot doesn't do that, so basically that whole long goal is just gone. And this bot just needs to match load now. It's gonna use the works. Wow. Okay, another blunder from blue. It sees the descore hook is out. So what do you do now? Do you A, defend the long goal, or B, move over here and lose space? You definitely want to defend your long goal if they're pressuring a descore hook. And this blue bot is actually not going to do that. It's going to run away and lose space for itself. And that puts red in such a great position to just annihilate all these blue blocks here. Okay, it looks like it moved out to do this descore hook, but like if you see your descore hook is out, or if it's like close, if this like the spot's close to goal, you shouldn't you shouldn't lose positioning and get descored yourself. This spot's, I mean, it's just gonna descore as much as it can. And red is in such a great positioning. It is now time for this spot to park, the spot to keep defending. Okay, it has to come back because it threatens the score up, but the spot actually didn't really need to park. It was going to, but it came back because it saw the spot wasn't going to park because red is so much in the lead. It could just be on focus defense. So overall, red just played better. They had better game sense. They did pretty nice. And that's a really good game to show. Like, D-score hooks are, like, if you don't have a D-score hook, well, not if you don't have a D-score hook, yeah, but if you kind of really need a D-score hook on your robot. Because if you don't, like, adding a D-score hook to your robot is a really great time to consume your bot into. That and a good match loader. A good match loader is crucial because you want to win those match loader races, and having a good D-score hook is also really crucial. A lot of D-scoring potentials, and moving your blocks in the control zone. Really nice to have. So a lot of that functionality in the semifinal match. And now we are on to the grand finals. I think it's first seed versus second seed. Pretty sure because red is gonna win. So yeah, first seed versus second seed. Who would have guessed, guys? Who would have guessed? Yeah, it's going to autonomous here. The first game in the finals. Oh, missed autonomous from blue, but at least they score a little bit of blocks. And there's the game end. Okay, so right now they're pretty close to even position, but red does have a little bit of more and better positioning because the spot cleared match loader right next to the goal. It's definitely gonna win your match loader race. This bot knows it, and it shouldn't defend. Even if you know you're gonna lose the race, because like this is obviously gonna win the match loader race. This bot still needs to go for the match loader itself because if they play defense the entire time, it puts them in such a horrible spot. And they probably won't be able to match load again or pick up a lot of blocks. So just having those blocks up and around on the field, like, is better than just defending at the very start. Okay, this bot is actually, oh, what? Okay, it doesn't defend this bot. It doesn't match load, but it's going to go for this spot here. I'm not really sure why. That single action probably actually costed blue the entire game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna be real. That's probably costed blue the entire game just because of that. But the spot, okay, the score hook's here. It needs to, wow. The spot cannot go back. It needs to stay defended and stand strong at its long goal, but it's going to move its positioning back, and that's going to allow blue to use its score hook, so kind of a blunderish for red here. Defense from this blue is kind of working, but it's really wanting its D-score hook here. And yeah, so the spot's just going to go for middle. Probably the best thing that this bot could do. Okay, red there. And there's no point in D-scoring. You could D-score there. That is totally good. Yeah, and like, if you see that happening, you need to leave your spot and defend. You can't just stand there, and that's what the spot's gonna do, so nice job. So, oh, it gets the D-score there. The spot just wasn't defending. It just stood there. Well, it defended the long goal here, but that's not gonna do anything when you have a D-score that can just come down and D-score all those. And now this match is going to sit tight. I don't think it has any match loaders left, but yeah. This spot here pretty interestingly left space to get D-scored on, which I have no idea why you would do that. And okay, I mean, it grabs the D-score, so I mean, this S spot brings it back and back in. Wow. And this is a pretty empty game, and blue had shifted the entire game. Basically, it's just going to leave up to who has more control bonuses, so that these Z-score hooks are going to be really, really useful for these teams. Oh man, and it's harder too now because with the new rulebook change, where you cannot leave your D-score hooks like hooked into a goal, if it's not D-scoring anything, like just hooked on and it's not attempting to D-score, you can't do that anymore. So, red could have done that and stayed control bonus, but it can't do that anymore. So it's gonna mix up the games a lot. I didn't really like it too much at first, but seeing these games, I kind of do like that change. Yeah, the spot's just going to defend. 7 seconds left, and red needs to do something, and they know that they need to grab control bonus out of the middle. They attempt to, I guess, in their own ways. But it looks like red actually has bonus at the bottom here, and yeah, that's game 1. And no blue parked. I don't know what this bot was doing. Ooh, chain fell. Probably from this spot, actually. Wow, that was a close game. Not gonna lie, that was a pretty intense and close game. I'm not really sure who won. I don't think red won. I think blue won, but that's just on first speculation. Oh, here's the score. Whoa, that was close, but red won. Wow. Wow. Red won that by 3 points. That's crazy, actually. That's crazy. 3 points. Oh, I thought blue was gonna win that too. I mean, it wasn't close, of course, but it looks like Exilus and Supernova W is going to take the first game in our finals match. Nope. Okay, it's just one game. It's not a best out of 3. So, wow. Close match, but I feel like red deserved the win more. I feel like it shouldn't have been that close, but at the same time, both teams were pretty good. Yeah, that's the end. I don't know why this is like an hour, but yeah, that is your Stauffer Challenge tournament from California. Although before we end, I do want to look at the awards. Especially for excellence. Thoughts on potential consequences coming from the new G4. Yes, G4 is a really crazy new rule, but I feel like it's not gonna be that much of a problem. Vex is just trying to cut down on like super copies. I mean, I don't really see that being a problem for most teams, because usually how it is that you took inspiration and not whole copy. I mean, at least you should. And like you have your notebook. You need to write in your notebook, and as long as you can explain that you took inspiration, you didn't automatically copied, you should be good. Consequences is, honestly, it is a good rule for those teams who aren't taking inspiration and whole copying. I do think that they should be banned, but it's given so many teams like so much anxiety over this rule that they don't need to have so much anxiety, because like they I'm pretty well, okay, they shouldn't have as much anxiety as they do have, because I'm gonna assume they didn't whole copy. Not many teams actually whole copy. Okay, there are definitely some teams, but the ones who are the most nervous right now are actually the ones who aren't whole copying. I mean, it's definitely a scary thing to base your robot, like, looking at, like, ooh, Snacky Cake, they won. Signature, let's build an S-bot. Let's do something like them. Like, if you're building a robot kind of, like, based off of Snacky Cakes, and you're scared to get disqualified, I mean, every S-bot's gonna look the same, guys. Just, basically comes down to just write in your notebook, this is yours, you made it, and if you want to be extra secure, just like, I mean, when you're writing a notebook, tell the judges what's different about your bot. How is it not whole copying? And that doesn't have to be too major. It could be just like a slight change. Although it's given a lot of people a bunch of anxiety that they don't need much anxiety. And even if you are worrying about G4, you only really need to worry about signature events, because I don't see it happening much at all in regular tournaments. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's look at the awards here. Excellent is going to get the excellence. Okay. You know what? That is deserved from Excellence. I do agree with that. Champion's Design Award was from Exploity, and they were the Skills Champion. Not gonna lie, they didn't have that great of mat game sense. But I mean, I guess they scored really well in skills, so that's something. Fairmount Gyarados got Judges Award. I don't know who that is. And Perrier got Innovative Award, and I don't know who that is. I'm sure they deserve that, though. Yeah, that's the awards. If anyone has any last comments or anything like that, or tournament you want me to watch specifically tomorrow, because, yeah, I'll stream again tomorrow. Let me know now. And if not, I'll head off for the night. So, any last comments? Okay, I'll wait a little bit. But, yeah, if not, I'm gonna end it here tonight. Stream again tomorrow. If you have any requests on what I should stream, you can type them now, or just type them in my posts tab. It's probably gonna be a Texas or California tournament, because California's played quite a bit of tournaments so far. They're usually blended or middle school tournaments, so they're like not the best to watch, but like still, California is a competitive state, Texas is a competitive state, so could go over that. Yeah, but if that's it, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in. Consider subscribing, and that's all.